If you're going through menopause alone, there are real physical, emotional, and long term health consequences. Facing menopause alone can magnify every physical, emotional, and social challenges of this life stage. Hi, my name is Sheila, and welcome to my channel. For some of you all that know me, welcome back to my channel, Menopause Energized. I'm a registered nurse, health coach, author, and speaker, and I am the founder of the program. When I was going through my menopause journey, I didn't realize that navigating menopause without support came with real consequences, physically, emotionally, and even long-term health consequences. The most significant consequences fall into four interconnected areas: mental health, physical health, and social well-being, identity, and self-perception. And most women don't see them coming until they're already overwhelmed. That was me. I encourage you to stay throughout this video and stay until the end, because what I'm about to share later ties into everything in a way that can really shift your menopause journey. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why those consequences matter. Again, I know this because I went through my menopause journey alone. The confusion, the fear, the sleepless nights, the weight changes, they don't make sense. And the feeling that no one around me truly understood what was happening inside of my body. Now, you know that 80% of women will experience some type of menopausal symptoms that affect daily life, but most think they're just stressed. Let me give you some facts that may be surprising to some of you. There are over 35 recognized menopause symptoms, and most women only know about the hot flashes, the brain fog, and mood swings. No one talks about the ringing in the ears, the restless leg syndrome, the electrical shocks that go through your body, and the metallic taste in your mouth. Must I go on? Hormone changes can increase long-term health risks, including bone loss and shifts in heart health. Sleep disruption is one of the earliest signs, often years before your menstrual cycle changes. Menopause can also affect brain chemistry, which is why mood, memory, and focus can suddenly shift. Some doctors receive very little menopause training, which is why so many women feel dismissed after their visit. Ignoring menopause doesn't make it clear, it makes the consequences louder, you guys. The consequences of going through menopause alone matter, because going through menopause alone doesn't just make the experience harder, it changes a woman's health, her confidence, and her quality of life in ways that ripple into every part of her world. I was there, I've been there. But this is where the story shifts. Before you don't have to stay in this place of confusion and feeling overwhelmed. Back when I was going through my own menopause journey, there were hardly any menopause programs out there. No guidance, no community, and definitely no roadmap. But what I discovered next changed everything, and it's something every woman deserves to know. It was the moment finally I understood that I wasn't losing myself. My body was asking me to listen in a new way and a different direction. That shift began the turning point in my menopause journey. I began educating myself and taking intentional action so I could truly thrive, not just survive this transition. That's exactly why I am so committed to guiding other women towards strength, understanding, and a sense of control over their journey. The Menopause Energized program helps women over 40 navigate perimenopause and menopausal symptoms, restore their health and energy and purpose as they travel through this journey. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, emotional, exhausted, or like your body is changing faster than you can hold on to. You are not alone. Menopause is not the problem. The lack of support is. How long have you pretending, I should say, you're fine when you know something inside you has changed? I can tell you this. When you go through menopause alone, there definitely are consequences that can unfold. Most don't recognize them, or most women don't recognize them until they're already deep in the struggle. Some consequences of menopause don't show up until years later, especially heart health. And most women never connect the dots. And because so many women are busy holding everything together, they often don't notice the early shifts happening in their own bodies. How much longer can you keep pushing through these changes without real support? The Menopause Energized program has an upcoming free webinar. Join the Menopause Energized webinar where we'll show you how to move through this transition with clarity, strength, and the support every woman deserves. Inside the webinar, I'll be digging even deeper into these consequences so you fully understand what's at stake and how you can take back control. I'm going to walk you through these consequences and actually what they mean for your body, your mind, and your long-term overall health in a way that finally makes menopause make sense. You'll understand why so many women and even yourself feels overwhelmed, why symptoms seem to stack up on top of each other, and why going through this alone makes everything feel 10 times harder. You guys, I've been there. Most importantly, you will learn what support really looks like during this transition and how to move through this with clarity rather than confusion. The truth is, most women are trying to navigate menopause with bits and pieces of information, outdated advice, or doctors who don't have the time to really explain what's really going on. And because of that, so many of us end up feeling, again, confused, but then they're being dismissed, or like we're somehow falling at something, failing at something that should be natural. You're not failing. I say you're under supported. And that's exactly why I created this webinar. I know what it feels like to be lost and unsupported. What would your life look like if you didn't have to carry this load alone anymore? If you're tired of trying to figure out the challenges of your menopause journey, some is going to be worse than others, come join me. It's a 75 minute, should take maybe a little less than that, free webinar. It's going to be live on Zoom. And this can change how you experience the rest of your menopause journey. And here's the part no one talks about. When you don't understand what's happening in your body, you can't respond to it. And that is the truth. You can't support it. You can't protect your long-term health. That's why this webinar matters. By the end of the webinar, you're going to walk away with a level of clarity most women never get. Never learn about learn about menopause, I should say. You will finally understand what your body is trying to tell you, why your symptoms feel so unpredictable, and what kind of support actually makes a difference. You'll leave with practical tools, a sense of direction, and the confidence of knowing you do not have to navigate this alone anymore. The webinar will be a safe, supportive space where I break everything down in a way that finally makes sense. No overwhelm, no judgment, just clarity and guidance from someone who's walked this road herself. Save your seat and spend this time with me for someone who has walked in your shoes with a slightly different size. So register for the free menopause webinar, you guys, with the link that's provided below. And it will give you full details. And also, if you have any questions about the webinar. Yes, feel free to email at me at Sheila, but it's at info@menopauseenergized.com. I would love to hear from you. You are worthy of support, capable of change, and strong enough to thrive through this next chapter of your life. Hopefully, I will see you on the webinar. Take care.